to the finale of Big Brother Amateur Hour. We have our finalists, May, Luke, and Sabrina. We begin with a series of 3 competitions. These competitions will determine who will secure a spot in the final 2. This winner will then pick who they will go up to the jury vote with. We start with a game called 5 Minutes in Hell. All 3 competitors will have blindfolds on. When I say go, they attempt to count to 5 minutes. When they think 5 minutes is up, they'll raise their hand. But here's the trickiest part. Jury members are able to yell, clap, count, or do whatever they want to the contestants while the competition is going on. Whichever competitor is closest to the 5-minute mark will win this round and move directly to round 3.
So excited. Oh god, I'm kind of nervous. Why is she videotaping? I'm nervous. Yeah.
Guards checking.
Is everyone in?
May the odds be your
Oh,
oh, that's nice.
Oh my god, my
Woo! Final 3! How
10,
dare
9,
you?
8, 7, 6, 5,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
taking yourself? Final 3? Really? My face? Oh my god! Wow!
27, 26,
How nice! Wow!
23, 22,
Are you still laughing?
30, 30.
Honestly, fuck you.
I thought you had
30, 30, 30.
What?
I knew you were sitting.
30, 30, 30, 30. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go.
1,
Hey, you gotta go faster. You gotta count faster.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 68, 100, 5, 6, 7, 300, 300. Are you at 300? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I thought rock meant something to us.
6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes,
Chinese kayak.
9
May don't listen to them. You got this.
11 minutes.
Last bottom boat. Last bottom boat.
14, 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
When counting.
300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, blah, 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 blah.
Hey,
Bum, 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 bum,
oh,
bum,
hey,
bum, bum.
oh, hey, 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 oh.
Hey, wow,
oh,
Sabrina,
hey,
you're
hey,
doing
ho, ho,
so
hey,
good.
oh.
Wow,
Hey, hey,
this
hey,
is
hey, hey.
amazing.
Hey, 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 hey.
400, 500, 600, 700,
1 minute.
800, 468, 479,
3 minutes.
Sabrina, you're like
4 minutes. 5 minutes.
I think we're at 3 minutes.
6 minutes.
1 minute.
7 minutes.
4, 5, 6.
8 minutes. 9 minutes. 10 minutes.
I'm like so...
Why did everyone stop?
Sabrina is the winner of this round of the finale.
Actually, yeah, that was awful.
That was actually
That was not enjoyable. That was awful.
How do you feel, like?
Feel good.
I'm shaking from that. I'm just sweating a lot.
Sabrina has won this round and so has moved on to round 3. Our second competition to figure out who will join her will be the slip and slide. Both contestants has a water jug of water at one side and an empty bottle on the other end of a slip and slide. They will race across the slip and slide and attempt to fill their water bottle using a shot glass. The first house guest to overflow their bottle will win and move on to round 3.
Oh
I'm going. Shit. Alright.
Yeah. Hey, you just gotta push him.
Honestly, like, fight him.
I think now's an appropriate.
Yeah, on the tarp. No.
Hunter, you couldn't be in a worse
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Make it falling. I'm worried for her.
I like him. Down to it. Fuck! I am not okay. Oh no!
Oh, I shot him.
This must be exhausting. Honestly.
I don't want to keep the third. I'm tired.
Don't waste time. No, what? No!
Luke,
Luke!
keep
Luke.
going.
Don't do that.
Tired.
Keep going, Luke. Don't do that.
You got this.
This is exhausting!
Luke, come on. You got this. Remember the catch prize, Luke.
This like is making me tired.
Come on, Luke, you're doing
Luke,
good.
you're really close. You're so good.
Luke.
Way more fast paced.
Oh man.
Oh, I know, but like still, I'm salty and
Julian, you don't understand. Watcher. No.
you
Filmer.
weren't in it, so.
That's true. Come on,
Luke
Luke.
got this. It's Sabrina and Luke have this.
They break his legs.
Sweep the leg.
Right now.
Luke has won this round and will move on to the third round to see who will be given a spot in the final two. The final competition is Order of Noms. Contestants will race to see who can correctly list all of the nominees for all of our rounds. Unfortunately, this footage was lost, and so I will reveal our winner. It was Sabrina. She will now choose who she would like to face the final jury with.
When do I say it?
You can say it now.
I'm gonna choose for final two. I'm gonna be against Luke.
I'm sorry, May. You are evicted from the Big Brother household.
Hey, go run by the pool.
Luke and Sabrina are our two finalists. They will face off in the final jury vote, who will sway their votes to their side. Let's hear what the jury is thinking in our jury roundtable.
So we are the final eliminated guests.
Nick lost every single one of his friends.
Are you actually mad? Are you mad at me?
I'm mad at you
Really?
two. I give you free wine and you voted me out.
Nick, are you mad at me?
Yes.
If it makes you feel any better,
Nick, everyone voted.
Nick.
Everyone voted. Nick.
You came
You
over
were masterminding it because you did get voted out the next round because no one trusted you.
Yes.
No,
Wait,
because
hold
one
on.
person.
Nick,
Yeah, it's
if it
just
makes
Devin
you
didn't
feel any
trust him.
better, after I got voted out, I
And also-
drank the entire box of wine.
Oh, Devin,
Me and my mom actually drank wine.
Devin, your
Okay.
eviction was so sad.
You
Like,
fucking turned her to alcoholism, you piece of shit.
I know. No, literally, her was the worst thing that I've ever heard. And she's like, okay, bye guys, and then just seeing.
I just like didn't see it
everyone was
coming.
so. Well, apparently,
Just that
I didn't
everyone
know
regrets
that May was going
with
for
both
Sabrina.
Everyone wanted to be on our team. All these evicted house guests wish they were one of us.
No, I'm
They
good.
were, though.
I'm
What?
glad
It
with
would
how
have
Rock.
been so easy.
I'm glad with how Rock turned out. I made it fourth, but like I mean, they're all the winners, Dan. Like,
What do you mean you're glad? They dumped you first.
well, yeah, that
The bottom of their
they were going, yeah.
I was just really happy when like I left the house yesterday, and then like Dan and Jay and
Oh yeah, you should.
Josh and Phil were all waiting for me. I'm like, this is so sweet.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We figured it'd be
Let's
rough.
be honest.
They told
The winning
Abby
team-
texted me and she said you were like gonna be completely blindsided. So we were like,
Aw.
she needs friends right now. We'll come get her.
I feel so bad. Like that was bad.
You
No,
just
I
read
think-
through
I think
everyone's
I
BDSMY
didn't
played a better game
Why-
than Rock.
I was the one
because-
who was scheming the most.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Everyone
told
that you guys
Sabrina
fucked
and
over is
Luke.
like really offended now. We were very straightforward with everyone. Like all of our
And we admitted that we weren't gonna stay together after we bulldozed your team.
yeah, exactly. We were
And
very
that's what we
straightforward
were
the whole
gonna stay
time.
together, but then
But then they did accept you.
Well, I mean,
And you recruit new people and kick them out?
Wait, Hunter,
Yeah.
who do you want?
Perfect family.
Right now.
If we had like the election right now, who we would vote for? I think that's solid.
Okay.
So yeah, all in favor of who would vote for Luke to win?
To win.
Yeah. So that's 2, and then Sabrina.
Yeah, I'm Sabrina.
Okay. The reason that I would vote for Sabrina is like, I think Luke was kind of more like he played an active role and kind of, I mean obviously they were like aligned the whole game, but like every time they took someone down, I think Luke played more of an active role, and Sabrina managed to kind of like stay a little bit above the fray, and kind of like she just like won comps and kind of didn't really make any enemies, and I think that's like it worked out really well for her. Like I guess the argument could be made that like Luke was kind of like the mastermind, and like that means he deserves to win, and that's why I'm kind of open to like hear their arguments for like the questions, but like just in terms of like not making any enemies and like playing a pretty clean game, I think Sabrina did a better job.
Both of them were kind of together from the beginning as like a group.
Yeah.
Sabrina would win the challenges, Luke would talk to the people, and that was kind of like their duo. So I don't think really either of them can be to blame. I think both of them probably made group decisions. It was probably everyone who agreed upon one thing to do, whether or not it was shitty. So I think looking at Luke as like this bad guy is kind of like making him the scapegoat.
There was a lot, and like you'll watch this in the videos. It'd be a lot of saying like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then you would like throw the game changer, which made it interesting. But it would be like, just kidding.
Oh, like putting you up on the block.
Yeah, and it always
I literally
seemed,
did that just because I knew it would fuck with you.
and it always seemed to like be something to screw. No, exactly. My thing with Sabrina is I feel like she was the one who filled me in more, and I trusted more throughout the thing.
Personally, I felt like personally victimized by Luke and not by Sabrina. Like,
well, because go into
just
detail about like all that whole situation.
So it was basically like they were trying to convince me to vote Dan out because I was like in both alliances, and then I was getting like wrapped up in that alliance, and Luke lied to me. That's another big thing. Like I know for a fact Luke lied to me. He was like, "Oh yeah, Dan definitely has the roadkill. Like it has to be them." And then he told me May has the roadkill, but like he had the roadkill the whole time. And like I like said to May like, "Oh yeah, I know you have the roadkill," and she's like, "What are you talking about? I don't have the roadkill."
Yeah, no, she told me, and I was just like, "What?" I was so confused. I was like, "No, I don't."
Yeah, and so like he lied to me. I was thinking more long term.
Long term, exactly.
When I voted Dan out, also I felt like voting Dan out wouldn't turn anyone still in the house against me, and I thought voting either Sabrina or Luke out would turn the entire Team Rock against me.
Did you But did you take into account the fact that like you knew they had already lied? Because like I feel like that's like a pretty big indicator that they were like already against you.
Well, I mean, I understand why they wouldn't trust me, and I guess that was my justification at that time.
We knew you would get swayed, so like, I don't think
knew you had like heart on both sides, kind of.
Yeah,
like, you know.
like
and then I just feel like I had like a one-on-one with Luke where he was like, "Listen, like you don't have to vote for Dan, like this whole thing," and like I felt like kind of like in a way guilted into voting for Dan from the talk he gave me, which like was how I saw it, like, and I don't know if that was his goal or what that was. I just felt like Luke persuaded me the most to vote Dan out, and then went right behind me and stabbed me in the back immediately.
Yeah. So why didn't you bother to like ingratiate yourself with the group after voting Dan out? Like you didn't try to talk to them at all.
Well, I mean,
being interrogated.
No,
Ian's still pissed for me. I thought it was so set that Nick Truxas was going home. Because he said like, "Oh, I want to go home." So I just assumed that everyone was like, "Okay, yeah, he doesn't really care. We'll just vote him out." It's like our entire team like did not see that coming. Like me, Nick, Noah, Ian, like none of us saw that coming.
That's also
that's why
you still. Who did you consider your team at that point? Did you consider Ian, Nick, and Noah your team, or what?
I think so.
Then why did you go against? Like I don't understand why you would go against me, stab that team in the back, and then still consider them.
Because it was. I wasn't seeing it as much as team. I don't know why I'm getting interrogated so much. This is like really stressing me out. So I didn't like really like view it as like, oh, one team, there's another team. I was like trying to target players.
Yeah. Everything. There's nothing personal with this whole
No,
game.
it was a whole.
It's all just playing the game.
It was playing the game.
And Devin, we literally did that because we knew it would throw like the biggest curveball.
I wish we put Ian and Devin in.
Yeah,
What would you guys have done
what
at
if
that
we just
point?
put them both?
What do you mean?
Like on the block?
We would be powerless.
But like,
It was like immediately betraying the pact you made. So
it was because like our whole mentality is we didn't want to send you home because we knew that would have been like. That was the
official promise. But like
I feel like your entire team kind of screwed Devin over.
Yes.
No.
Like, I don't know if you can really blame.
In this round, like specifically, but like throughout the whole game, I think like Luke and Sabrina and like also you, like I feel like the game you played was kind of like very like stab people in the back, and like I don't know, like if I wish like we had like an option that wasn't one of the three of you. To be honest, like I would vote for like. Most other people.
No.
Because Luke and Sabrina are both like they like play the game together.
Like I wish I could vote for either of them.
Like or anyone, you're going to have to betray someone. You're going to backstab no
it's
matter what.
It's part of the game.
Okay, I feel like the move with Devin specifically was like really shitty. Like I understand like the strategy behind it. I feel like there is some degree of accountability where it's like. You would prefer someone that played the game honestly over someone that played dishonestly. And like obviously, the people that played dishonestly were more successful, and they're the ones that were left with.
Yeah, this is a game about
like,
dishonesty.
If you had a choice to vote for someone, like I feel like it's reasonable to want to pick someone who played more honestly. Like, what did you think of that, Ron?
Nick and
I would like to hear this. Round 1 was kind of shitty. I don't know. I definitely like knew right when like I was put up first. That I was probably going home.
Well, we even called it too. Like
no,
we were
like when me and Hunter were
yeah.
sitting out here, we're like, it's going to be us.
You know what
I was a little mad. I was pretty mad.
Lies all around. I was gonna say I freaked out.
Nick, when I saw you today, I waved hi to you, and you gave me the middle finger.
It felt a little shitty to get kicked out first. I mean, I threw some great parties this year, and I thought that would have helped me stay in longer. But apparently none of you like me enough.
Oh,
or trust me.
You know that's not what this is about.
Never forget crazy ex-girlfriend editing.
I kind of insulted Dan, and I don't really regret it because I was so no one really trusted you at like that point because you definitely
trusted.
No, Dan, like other than like your core group, like no one else in the house really trusted you because you ran around so much. You talked to like everyone.
I agree. I was like a big target.
Yeah, because especially like you knew how to play the game.
I feel like you could have worded it better and not gotten people mad at you.
True, but I mean like at that point like you guys were already pretty set in stone on me going.
Yeah. Yo, Hunter, when we formed that alliance with Truxus, was that serious for like any period of time?
Yeah, I actually was going
I
to
thought
get.
it was
I was going
serious.
to get rid. I was not like bullshitting you or anything. It was more of just like Luke made me feel really bad. Like he made me feel really bad in there.
That's what he did to me.
Well, and he was just saying like, oh, like
I thought it was Sabrina who got to you.
No, well, I mean like, because like I said, Sabrina was the one I trusted the most, but I was kind of like. We're playing the game, so like I'll get rid of her. But then, like, you know, but then it was kind of Luke was like that's really shitty if you get rid of her.
You definitely made it more interesting.
It made it more of like my morals was like it was the right thing to do, kind of.
I mean, I tried to recruit you the previous round, but you didn't bite.
Everyone.
I feel like Luke saying stuff like that to you and like there, like I feel like. And like to Devin also, like I feel like things like that are pretty much the main reason why I want to pick Sabrina over him.
Yeah, you also have to remember he and Sabrina were a group, and although
Sabrina
did do the emotional things,
I don't think
because Sabrina wasn't close enough to you two, so she worked together with Luke.
I know, but that's the other thing. Like we're close to Luke, and then he played an emotional game on us.
So you're
that's
saying
kind of shitty.
This is an emotional game. I mean, that's what this is.
I think that
Of course, this game is personal.
Exactly. That's why I was kind of pissed with that.
Okay.
Like, it's not personal, Nick. Like, yeah, it's fucking personal. You have to accept the fact because we're all friends. We all knew each other.
Yeah, for round 2, like I think I was overconfident with like how strong the alliance was, and like. I don't know, I feel like round 2 kind of decided the course for the game, because like, if BDSMY had stayed together, we basically had a plan to just like, go through everyone else until it was the 5 of us left, and basically the 4 of us, because Nick told us he would be fine with like, us knocking him out. And like, I don't know, I felt, so obviously that didn't work out because Devin voted against me. Which like, I felt very betrayed with, just because like, me, Devin, and Ian had like talked about like a Final 3 alliance, and like I was taking it seriously, and I think Ian was taking it seriously, so like, that felt like a really big betrayal, and I feel like kind of justified in feeling that way.
I've honestly been roasted like 90%.
90% of this talk, like, is about Luke and Sabrina.
I mean, I'm being honest. Like,
I know.
Yeah. Like,
just being honest.
No, like, it is, like, I mean, that is what happened. Like, I
Further.
think Ian said a really interesting thing earlier, though. I don't know if we had started filming this conversation yet. But, like, everyone assuming that, like, I was the most powerful player at the time. Like, most of BDSM, I think, was actually Ian's, like, work. Like, he was the one that got Nick and Noah into it, which is what made it such a dominant alliance.
Devin. What happened in round 3?
That was Devin.
No.
Do you want to just talk? I mean, we've talked about your whole thing.
Yeah.
We talked about
Round
you.
4.
Round.
I don't know. It was just a shock. I mean, I guess everyone...
It was such a
That was
shock.
the game.
That was the point.
Well, because they were saying to you, weren't they, like, oh, like, it's gonna be one of us, like, you and
Nick and I
Yeah, and
absolutely
they were like, because we were
thought
talking about doing our little speeches, and they're like, honestly, like, just say whatever. Like, I honestly thought there was no way I
I
was
feel
gonna
bad. So then, Ian, you want to talk about this?
Yeah. I thought that we had that round pretty solidly in the bag. We did have that POV challenge in our hands. Like all three of us were left. I figured that the best move would be to let Noah win, which would end up protecting both Noah and me, as long as he went along with the plan. And given that Nick had already voiced that he was okay with leaving, he was comfortable with staying on the block and me getting pulled off.
Yeah.
Of course, as we all know now, Noah pulled a wild card move and decided to leave me on the
But
block.
Ian, we had a nice breakfast because of it.
We did.
No, your round is next, so do you want to...
Yeah, do you want to talk about
my round?
Talk about Nick Truck 6?
No. Nick we expected him to get...
He literally...
He was done.
He told me so many times, like, May, I've been wanting to go home.
He wanted to go home.
Since like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Since like 5 o'clock. I was like, Nick.
Surprise.
Yeah.
But when it came to my round, it was just like, there's 4 people all in a room together, and I'm sitting out here. I mean, like, I know what's happening.
Yeah.
There's one team, points to the group of people, and here's the other team, points to Cell.
Yeah. I found my calling. I'm going to be the Olympic sport of pantyhose bottle knocking.
I mean, the only thing with my round, it was 3:50, and we like knew, like we had to wait till 5 o'clock, and we knew like what was gonna happen. Like it was kind of like we were sitting here. There was like a part of me where it's like, because I feel like Sabrina was the stronger player, like maybe they would like be like, hey, get her out. But I think like it was you three, and like Sabrina like played her cards right, where she had me, and she like I expected her to like not screw me over. I like that was my only hope of, because I knew I wasn't like I wouldn't have gotten you guys, so like my hope was Sabrina would have went for it, but like you know.
I just had the biggest luck. Like it was just luck.
Yeah.
Like with timing.
Yeah. So, and then we know what happened with May. So that that's.
Oh yeah, I got soap up my ass, and that happened.
Did you feel like you knew Sabrina was gonna choose Luke? Or
Oh yeah, I knew 100%. I was just like, and Luke was like, May, like after that challenge when you were all yelling in our faces, Luke like came to me and he was like, May, like I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, Luke, like I don't, like you lost your wallet, like please, like no.
Yeah.
And I straight up said, and I was like, and he was like, no, if I like lose, like I'm gonna tell Sabrina to pick you. I made it to top 3 somehow.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna say jack shit. Like how could this happen? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
like oh.
It was a good game, and I had a lot of fun.
Do you think that Sabrina picked Luke because he was easier
I
competition,
thought about
or because they're?
both. I just met Sabrina too, or yesterday. Like I wasn't expecting her to pick me.
I think her picking Luke was like a really strong move on her part, because I think she has.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah,
I think
if you were picked, I feel
I
like-
think the main reason why is that's definitely like she knew that like Luke is the weaker link.
Well, you've had the strength of people liking you from the
You
beginning.
haven't had to screw as many people
Like that-
over as he has.
It's-
Has anyone changed
Yeah.
who they would vote for based on this conversation?
Wait, raise your hand if you want Luke to win.
Yeah, I really.
Or and if you want Sabrina.
Yeah.
Congratulations on being final 2.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, friends. Well, we had a fun adventure yesterday when you guys completely stabbed me in the back.
I love this start.
So, you know, I thought a lot about that. And so, you guys both played a big part in that. But I felt like Luke played a slightly bigger part in that. So my question for Luke is, why did you feel that I needed to go that round?
We had a discussion, me, Sabrina, Hunter, and May, our group, in the diary room. And we really weren't sure who we were going to eliminate for the night. But we were thinking endgame, Final Four, biggest threats. Because we wanted us as the Final Four. That was kind of our agreement. We felt that we needed to shake things up. I guess, I don't know if anyone else was thinking, if I was thinking, like, people seem to be losing interest. And it's going to sound shitty because, like, we did stab you in the back. But we promised you Ian would stay the night.
I
You know, like, I thought that me staying the night was kind of implied. But it's good.
That's what I got. I mean, I think you'll see in the videos that really didn't sit right with any of us. We felt
oh my god,
like every other elimination, everyone kind of saw it coming. It was not too like big of a like what, but that one like when
it didn't set
Abby was
up
reading the names, we're like, what did we do?
All right, and my question for Sabrina is, so we saw you two as like the leaders of Rock. We saw Sabrina more as like the brawn and Luke more as the brains. And I want to know like how much like how accurate do you think that is?
I didn't really, at the end, I didn't win that many HOH competitions. I only won the 2. And the first one was because, like, the team, and then I was nominated from, like, the team of 5 to be the HOH. And then I won just 2 ones after that. So, like, I didn't really feel like I was completely, like, the brawn of it. And to be, like, completely honest, every person in the group had, like, their own input, really, into it. Like, there was not one specific, like, I wouldn't say Luke was the one at all who said, like, had any ideas of, like, what we would do. Like, we all had, like, our own ideas based on what we were gonna, like, what we were thinking about doing, and we all, like, pretty much had, like, the same idea of what our plan was.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I mean, like, you obviously, I think Sabrina knows, like, I'm just, like, curious, like, like, you know, I know, like, but I want to know what your mindset was going in with, like, I guess you knew, like, you were a more physically, like, you were able, because it's been, like, since the beginning, you were one of the biggest physical threats, like, being the athlete of the group. So, like...
so what's your...
Well, I'm just curious. Well, why did you decide to go with the
why are you athletic?
Okay, well, I wasn't necessarily 100% honestly with them or with you. I was, like, kind of trying to just make it through, and, like, honestly, just because you had before were going to vote for me and that one thing, and, like, completely, like, changed everything in that one scenario, like, the whole, like, issue with the POV and all that stuff, like, kind of everything got messed up. And then, like, honestly, just the way, like, everything played out in the end, like, I wasn't really, like, I was kind of on both people's sides.
So, like, obviously, both of you played a really good game, and you're the last 2 left. So I'm just wondering, like, hearing that some people, like, maybe consider some of your moves to be, like, I don't want to say, like, overly aggressive, but, like, some people feel, like, hurt by some of your moves. Would you do anything differently if you played the game again? Like, do you have regrets with the way you played?
I've made it this far, and I'm happy about that. Like, I think I feel most shitty about sending Devin home. Like, that didn't sit right. But... it got me here, so I guess no.
So fuck Devin.
Honestly, no, I don't really regret any of the decisions that were made. Like, I understand, you know, it does make, like, some people feel, like, upset about it and everything, but, like, it's gonna happen. Like, people are going to, like, be sent home, and just, like, you just need to, like, play the mental game and, like, play the game the right way. Just to get to the end. There could be completely different people sitting up here if any of the decisions we made were different. So I think most of the decisions made were good.
Alright, so Luke, I think there's been an impression that out of Brock, you've been the more manipulative member of the group. I'd just like to hear you defend yourself as to whether you truly were more manipulative than some of the other players. And Sabrina, I want to hear if you think that's like a fair characterization of Luke.
I knew my strengths, and I'm definitely like looking around. I'm not like outstanding physically. I can't like rack up the challenges, take home like the HOH every time, like and assure my safety there. So yeah, definitely like mental game was more of a priority for me, and challenges you just like that kind of shapes where it goes. But I wouldn't say I was too manipulative in terms of my team. I think like I never was scheming on my own. Like I think I was pretty open with the four of us at least.
We all played like a big part, like evenly in all of this. Like there wasn't one specific person who was like, oh, we're gonna get this person out, we're gonna get this person out. We all knew who the threats were, we all knew who we needed to get out, who we were gonna, like what we were gonna do with the plans. So like I don't really think Luke is, like everyone's saying, Luke, I don't really think he was the #1 manipulator.
So people seem kind of salty that they got out in a game where like the goal is to get the other people out and survive to the end. So like my question for you guys is, do you think that the questions that you've been asked so far have been kind of unfair or put you in poor light?
Like I was expecting the worst. So I feel like hearing how like I guess against me a lot of people are, I'm pretty relieved to hear how nice people have been, honestly.
Okay.
America would like to ask you, what about your opponent's game do you think was their downfall and the reason you should win?
Ooh. Like to go to each person?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, us two?
Yeah, you two.
Or
what was
everyone
no,
else?
you two. What was
our
downfall? And what was
And you can't say there wasn't one.
Yeah, you have to come up with a downfall because there's a reason
You
why
have
you
to
should
fight
win.
each other.
Ratings. CBS, they'll drop you.
This shit'll go right to Hulu. I got it.
So Corey.
Well, we're both here. We both made it to the final two, so I don't think there's any real glaring.
It up.
I don't know, this whole game, like, I'm happy that our 4-person alliance made it where it did and it worked out how it was, but I just had like this gnawing like doubt of everyone here because I've wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like I'm extremely thankful for it, but like I never doubted like Sabrina's loyalty. Like she just seemed unshakenly like trusting of me when I'm like, you know, a cunning bitch, so.
Honestly, with Luke, I feel like, I don't know how many HOH competitions you won, but like, I mean like,
just
not
the one.
yeah, but like, that could have, like, obviously you made it here, so like, it doesn't really much matter in the end, but like, I guess like, obviously winning that is obviously a big help. And also like competitions and things like that, but I don't know, I feel like in the end, like it did work out, but it kind of seemed like me and Hunter were kind of at one point trying to go against you and May, and you trusted me at that point as well, which could have stabbed you in the back, but
May, that obviously screwed you.
But
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess thanks to everyone. It's been fun. That's all I got.
Okay. I feel like throughout the competition, a lot of people, it seemed to me, what people always thought I was a threat from the very beginning. So I feel like I did play a good game in being able to make it all the way to the end because a lot of people thought I was a threat, and I was able to like last the whole time. And I did have a lot of fun playing with everyone, and you know, it was a good time, and I felt like I played a good game. So.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Will Luke or Sabrina take home the cash prize? Let's find out.
Fuck. I forgot to figure out which one I was voting for.
Any reasons why?
No, not really reasons why. Well, mostly it's because, one time in gym class, Sabrina wrote JV. Well, she gave everyone, like, little, like, stickers for our, volleyball teams that said varsity, and then she gave me JV. So it's 100% personal. Yeah. And I managed to change most people's minds.
Okay, so I came into the vote not being really comfortable with voting for either of them because I thought they both played a really shady game. And I was going to vote for Sabrina because I thought she played a slightly less shady game. I've changed my vote to Luke because I think he was more instrumental in most of the people going home. And I think because of the questions, I've come to respect the shady strategy a little more, and I think he pulled that off better than Sabrina did. So, my vote goes to Luke.
Any reason why?
You know, it's what my heart's telling me.
I'm voting for Sabrina because I think she was the most dominant player in the event, and she also had good social strategy despite being one of the best people in the competitions. And I'm also a little bitter about Luke tearing apart our team when he convinced Devin to vote against the block.
I'm voting for Luke to win. I was actually originally going to vote for Sabrina, but after hearing their speeches, I was kind of swayed to see that Luke, a lot of the things that people didn't like him for, were actually things that, it's the point of the game. I mean, like, you kick people out because that's how you win. I mean, I can't hate him for being good at it. I kind of feel bad because Sabrina did guess the correct hand that the grape was in, but, I mean, Jay told me to go with what's in my heart, and Luke is currently in my heart.
Well, like, I appreciate both the victors and, like, the memories and stuff. Like, we'll always, this is a fun little, and I think it'll be an experiment to look back on. My reason for picking Luke to win, I guess, is because he was, I think, mentally the strongest one to be messing with people and to, I don't know, and well, I feel like in that talk too, because it was a room that was centered more towards Luke, that kind of pushed me towards wanting him to be out. But, like, I look back at it now and I feel like Luke morally pushed me in the right direction, and, like, I appreciate that, because if I were to vote out Sabrina, I would have just felt so much worse. So, like, that's my reason for going for Luke. So thank you.
Luke, it's literally because you lost your wallet. And I love you.
And with that, we've declared Luke our winner. Thanks to everyone for expecting the unexpected with us on Big Brother Amateur Hour. Oh my god, I had to burp the whole time.